Hey everyone, welcome to the first video on the MB Market channel. My name is Blakley Leonard. I'm sure some of you may have noticed I've been plugging the MB Market here recently on my Instagram and maybe wondering what that is. And we will get to that. But right now, we're at Blue Ridge Auto Storage. It's my auto storage facility right outside of Roanoke, Virginia. And I wanted to show you guys just a little glimpse into my personal collection and give you an in-depth feature and some of the backstory on my 190e Cosworth. So this first car is a 1990 500 SL 6.0. It's a Japan AMG car. Cluster is still in kilometers. It's got the full AMG kit, wheels, exhaust, and of course the M119 motor bored out by AMG to a 6.0. This next car, this is a 1992 500 SL. It is a US spec. I swapped out to Euro spec headlights. It's got the full Gen 1 AMG kit. So it kind of looks the part, but it's a 5.0 motor. This is a 2000 ML60 Rentec. So not your average ML. It started life as an ML55 AMG and Rentec bored it out to a 6-liter, did brakes, suspension, reinforced the transmission. It's definitely much quicker and a lot of fun to drive. Here we have a wagon. As a lot of you know, I'm a huge fan of station wagons. This is actually imported from Germany. It's a Euro spec 300 turbo diesel. Still has the Euro headlights, bumpers, and the cloth interior, which is pretty neat. This car is pretty funny because I originally bought it just for the wheels and tires. It's got brand new Michelin Pilot Sports and a staggered set of monoblocks from an E55, but it's actually an E430 Sport package. Paint is definitely a little rough, but it runs like a champ, and I love the car. Next up, we have a 1983 300D. As you can see, it definitely has some patina, to say the least, but this car is special to me in a number of ways, as it's the only one that I haven't personally acquired. It was passed down from my dad, and I plan to eventually one day restore it to its former glory, but for now, it's going to be here with me. We can't forget the baby in the corner here. We've got a 2003 G55 AMG. I looked a long time for a G-Wagon and finally found this one in Florida with absolutely no rust, which was very important to me when I was searching for mine. As you can see, I definitely have a wheel obsession with old AMG wheels. We've got the 2-piece BBS bottle caps, the 3-piece OZs, and these are a brand new off-the-shelf factory set of Evo 1 wheels, which were also, ironically, for the 129, never used, that I picked up for none other than my 190e Cosworth. All right, so this is my 1988 Mercedes 190e Cosworth. It does have the 5-speed dogleg manual, which I think is super important. It makes the car so much more fun to drive. This car was originally from Japan. Odometer and speedometer, everything is still in kilometers. So I picked this car up in December of 2018, which was actually a lot longer than I wanted to wait to buy my first manual. And the reason for that, back in November of 2015, I had 3 knee surgeries on my left knee, where it was a very real possibility that I would never be able to drive a manual car ever again. Thankfully, that's not the case, and I finally had my opportunity, and I jumped on it. I remember seeing this car on Bring a Trailer a year prior to when I bought it, and the gentleman who I got it from was actually the guy that bought it on Bring a Trailer, posted it for sale, and I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. Some of you may be familiar with FCP Euro. They supply a lot of great parts for Euro spec vehicles, and if you need anything, I highly recommend checking them out. They actually posted on their Instagram, one of the gentlemen that works with them found this car on the side of the road in Vermont, took a couple of pictures of it, and they posted it, and it had a for sale sticker on the side of the window. I immediately reached out to those guys. They were super friendly, very, very helpful, and I was able to get the contact information for the guy selling it, and the rest is history. So here's the car. It's got a full Evo 1 kit, although it is not a true Evo 1. It is a Cosworth with the dogleg manual. It was painted in silver from the previous owner in Japan, Astral Silver 735. although the original color is actually 199, which is black pearl. Some people call it blue black. I plan on eventually having it repainted in its original color, along with putting on the Evo 1 wheels and new tires come spring. The previous owner did put the Stroming exhaust, full stainless steel exhaust on it, which sounds amazing. This car loves to be wound out through the gears. By far the most fun car I have to drive. One of the cool features about the Cosworths is that they came with factory Recaro seats and rear bucket seats as well. These floor mats are actually from Raise Engineering, which is, a cool Japanese brand. So the gauge cluster on this car is in the original kilometers, which I really love. A lot of the cars that get imported from Japan are swapped out with miles per hour. And additionally, the dash has been fitted with a wood grain kit, which personally I'm a huge fan of. So the engine in this car is a 2.3 liter 16 valve developed by Cosworth. Mercedes hired Cosworth to develop this engine specifically to compete in the Group B rally racing. By the time the engine was actually completed, Audi Quattro had kind of dominated that series, so Mercedes decided to focus their attention on DTM racing, and that's where we have the homologation models from the Cosworth that we know today. This story and many others is what inspired us to create the MB Market. We want to be able to document and share these stories behind the actual cars and the owners themselves. We'll be shedding a light on some of the other cars in my personal collection, as well as the stories behind some of the other cars and fellow enthusiasts in our community. If you enjoyed this video, we'd really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button and follow us along on Instagram and Facebook. Thanks for watching.